In the bustling nightlife of Tokyo, where neon lights and shadows danced in an intricate waltz, there lived a woman named Yumi. Born blind, Yumi had honed her other senses to extraordinary levels. The city's sounds, scents, and vibrations painted a vivid picture in her mind, one that many sighted people could never comprehend. Her abilities had not gone unnoticed, and Detective Hiroshi Tanaka often sought her unique perspective to solve the most perplexing cases. This time, however, the case was unlike any other. A string of gruesome murders had sent waves of fear through Tokyo. Each victim was found with symbols carved into their flesh, symbols that no one could decipher. Rumors spread like wildfire. Some whispered about a serial killer, while others spoke of a malevolent spirit. Hiroshi was desperate. He had followed every lead, consulted with experts, but the case remained shrouded in darkness. In his desperation, he turned to Yumi, hoping her heightened senses might uncover what his eyes could not see. "Yumi-san," Hiroshi began, his voice tinged with urgency. "I need your help. There's something unnatural about these murders." Yumi nodded, her sightless eyes directed towards the detective. "I can feel it, Hiroshi. The air is heavy with a presence, something ancient and evil." Together they walked through the narrow alleyways of Shinjuku, where the latest victim had been found. Yumi moved with an eerie grace, her cane barely touching the ground as she navigated the labyrinthine streets. Hiroshi followed closely, his eyes scanning the surroundings while Yumi listened to the whispers of the city. As they reached the crime scene, Yumi paused. She inhaled deeply, her senses tuning into the environment. The faint smell of blood still lingered, mixed with something acrid and otherworldly. "This place, it's tainted," she murmured. "There's a darkness here that goes beyond human malice." Hiroshi shivered. He had felt it too, a chilling sensation that crept into his bones. "What do you think it is?" Yumi turned her head as if listening to a distant echo. "A demon. The killer is possessed." Hiroshi's rational mind balked at the idea, but he couldn't dismiss it. The brutality, the symbols, the unexplainable presence, it all pointed to something supernatural. "How do we stop it?" Yumi's expression hardened. "We need to find the next target. The demon leaves a trail, a signature in the air. I can follow it." With Yumi leading the way, they ventured deeper into the city. The nightlife thrummed around them, clubs, bars, and karaoke lounges filled with people oblivious to the lurking danger. Yumi's senses guided them, drawing them closer to the source of the malevolent energy. Hours later, they stood before an old, abandoned shrine hidden amidst modern buildings. Yumi's face paled. "This is it, the demon's lair." As they entered the shrine, a suffocating darkness enveloped them. The air was thick with malevolence. Hiroshi drew his gun, his hands trembling. Yumi placed a reassuring hand on his arm. "Stay close. The demon will try to separate us." The interior was a twisted maze of corridors and rooms, the walls covered in ancient, undecipherable script. As they moved deeper, the temperature plummeted and the silence grew oppressive. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the shrine. Hiroshi's grip tightened on his gun. "Show yourself," he demanded, his voice echoing off the walls. A figure emerged from the shadows, a man with wild eyes and a twisted grin, his body contorted in unnatural ways. The symbols carved into his flesh glowed with an eerie light. "You cannot stop me," the demon-possessed man hissed. "This body is mine." Yumi stepped forward, her presence radiating calm strength. "Leave him, demon. Return to the shadows." The demon laughed, a sound that sent chills down their spines. "You think you can banish me, blind woman? I am eternal." Yumi raised her cane, which now seemed to shimmer with a soft, ethereal light. "You underestimate the power of the senses, demon. Sight is but one way to perceive the world." She began to chant, an ancient incantation that resonated with the very walls of the shrine. The demon writhed, its screams filling the air as Yumi's words pierced through its dark essence. The symbols on the man's body glowed brighter before fading into nothingness. With a final, agonized scream, the demon was expelled, leaving the man unconscious but alive. Hiroshi rushed to the man's side, checking his pulse. "He's alive," he said, relief flooding his voice. "You did it, Yumi." Yumi nodded, her face pale but resolute. "The demon is gone for now, but others may come. The city must be vigilant." As they left the shrine, the first light of dawn began to pierce the night, casting long shadows that seemed to retreat before the coming day. Hiroshi looked at Yumi, his gratitude beyond words. "Thank you, Yumi. I couldn't have done this without you." Yumi smiled, a serene expression on her face. "We all have our roles to play, Hiroshi. And in this city of shadows and light, sometimes it takes more than just sight to see the truth." Together they walked back into the waking city, their bond forged in the crucible of darkness, ready to face whatever new mysteries the Tokyo night might bring.